So I'd like to kick this off with two questions. It's a two-parter. What do you think about the role of AI for product development today? And part two, how does this relate to CAD tools, workflows, and overall design in the next 2 to 5 years?
Yeah. Well, first, let me say thank you, Sean and Mayor and the whole Leo AI team for including me today. I want to tell you, I've been building these systems for over 40 years. Next month will be 44 years. And Sean, great to see you. Sean and I go
As
way
always.
back. And uh, I've seen generations come. I've been lucky enough to be part of building SolidWorks and then Onshape. And sometimes people say to me, what was it like in the early days when you're just getting started? Well, I feel like today is still the early days and we're still just getting started because I felt that way even before what I'll call modern AI, generative AI. But now that I've seen AI, it's even more true than ever. There's so much more that AI and generally we can do for the product developers of the world that we serve. And Sean, direct answer to your question, I'm super excited about AI. And I can elaborate in my comments, but I don't think of AI as a chat bot or a particular application. I think of it as a new set of tools for solving computing problems, tools that are so different that they let you rethink different problems, different ways of solving them. There's dramatically different effort to results curves. There's dramatically different ways for users to think about them. There's dramatically different ways for us to think about the applications that are possible. There's dramatically different error modalities that you have to think about in the new world. So I'm super excited about the potential. I'm confident it's already making a difference with customers that are using Leo AI. And it's going to be, in my opinion, a lot more used throughout the product design and manufacturing process.
Yeah, it's great to hear that from you. You have a pulse unlike any other. John, I of course, like your thousands of followers, I follow you on LinkedIn and I see you popping up all around the country speaking as a chief evangelist for PTC. What is the perspective of PTC with respect to AI?
Well, we're doing here at PTC, we're doing a lot of AI projects. Okay. Some that have been released in products like our ServiceMax product has a new ServiceMax AI, very exciting. Those of you interested in it, we're building a lot of prototypes internally. We've also released our Onshape AI advisor. And we're here at PTC, I think we see AI as something that, again, is not a particular one of them. I really want to tell you that you can organize your thinking about AI in our world in two dimensions. This is how we see it here at PTC. One is you have to think much more broadly than a nominal app. Even when you show Leo AI, you've shown several different ways it can be used. Sometimes people think of AI in our world, and all they're thinking about is to say text to CAD or a chat bot or something. There's a whole lot more. AI has potential in everything from, as you've shown, conceptual generation, usage of CAD, advising on usage of CAD, CAM, PDM. We're seeing AI used in CAM to generate tool paths. We see a lot of potential applications in PDM, in making drawings, in downstream applications on the manufacturing floor. Um, so many potential applications. As we're seeing AI demonstrated, we also see a maturity level. This is an important thing for users to keep in mind. In some cases, it's ready to be used today, like the calculations you showed Leo AI generating. I can't guarantee it will work on every calculation a user wants to, but you can see that's getting to a real useful level. It's not just a demo. I could relate that, and hearing JJ speak is ultimately what it's all about. And so in some cases, we're seeing AI demonstrated at a level where it's either ready to go in production or it's close and you can see it. Other times, we're just seeing prototypes, and who knows how far away that is from being really in production. I think research is great. I just gave a talk in MIT's research lab, which, by the way, is a really fantastic lab that is doing research on AI and product development. I was lucky enough to speak there, Sean. Thanks for mentioning that. And I really emphasize research is really valuable, but we can't confuse it with real tools. like Leo AI, Onshape AI Advisor, and so forth. So at PTC, we're doing a lot of research, a lot of prototyping. We're proud that we're delivering products that are ready in AI to add value with AI throughout our product line, and a lot more coming.
It's great. Let's stay with the tools for a second. Historically, a designer and an engineer like JJ or Aton, they have a tool chest, and their methodology was based around a centric CAD tool with some offshoot of maybe some simulation, and then, of course, the enigma of data management. You just mentioned the AI advisor that was released a couple weeks ago by
Yeah, in
Onshape.
Onshape, yeah.
How does that fit? How does the AI advisor fit with Leo?
Oh, great question. So let me just tell you, first of all, engineers should use both. I think AI Advisor does one thing, Leo does an amazing range of capabilities. Let me tell you a little about Onshape AI Advisor.
Sure.
We shipped it, first of all, available to all our users in the Onshape Learning Center. I can see in the chat we have some of our Onshape customers here. Welcome, JJ, Onshape customer too. So great to have you here. And the Onshape AI Advisor just answers questions about using Onshape. So it's a chat bot. You can ask it a question. I want to I want to create a boundary surf that's curvature continuous here. I'm not getting the right results. What should I do? We Onshape also has CAM now. I don't know if the audience says you can ask a question about CAM. I want to avoid that. My assembly, how do I get an assembly to run fast, open faster, and so forth? It'll give you strategies based on detailed Onshape knowledge. It's already been used. I'll just say, thousands of times. And the what was so cool and exciting was in one of the first days after we released it on the Onshape forums, public, by the way, you can look this up. One of our longtime users and a really heavy forum contributor, he showed an example where he got some really detailed advice about restructuring and assembly. And this user has 4,000 posts on our forum, Sean. Just think of what a good user
Wow.
that is. I
Wow.
don't, I don't have 4,000 posts on the Onshape forum. Really advanced user getting advice that he didn't know about from AI Advisor. So Onshape AI Advisor helps users use Onshape. That's the chat experience. Leo AI, you've seen broad sense of engineering. So we like to think that these are two tools that we'd ideally see users using both of. And I think there are other AI tools that users will use, like they'll continue to use ChatGPT um, or similar tools. There'll be good reasons to use things like Microsoft Copilot, as I use. So I think you're going to see AI become a range of tools. It'll probably get so common and so widely used that it's not even remarkable anymore. 5 years from now, it'll be like the internet. We don't say anymore, hey, are you using the internet? Like everyone uses the internet, and AI is going to be like that. And tools like Leo AI, Onshape AI Advisor are just a couple examples of the creative many different ways that can be done.
Fantastic. So in my current role, I'm speaking to, 10 to 15 to 20 people a week. I like to think that I'm an evangelist like yourself, John. I've been doing this for quite a while as well. And a tip of the hat to you and your colleagues for driving the only cloud native product development platform into the mainstream. This
Thank
helps
you.
me in my daily conversations because you've already did the hard work of letting people know that, the cloud's okay. So do
Yeah.
you foresee cloud native tools like Onshape having an advantage with AI?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Sean, glad you brought that up because clearly, we didn't build Onshape as a cloud native system because of AI, but it's this wonderful, happy coincidence that cloud native is just fantastic for AI. Because look what we just did. We deployed Onshape AI Advisor to all users. They don't need to download and install anything. They don't need to worry about how big their computer is. We're providing all that. The other cool thing about cloud native is it lets our customers work with large amounts of data. So we have users now that are using Onshape to generate synthetic training data for their own AI apps. We never see user data. We certainly don't train on it. Come on, those are obvious things we don't do. But users are discovering that in the era of AI, cloud native has a number of key advantages. We also have the world's largest, by far, public library of open source CAD documents in our Onshape public library. I believe we're at 15 million documents and counting, many of which are very elaborate models and things. So that's been another really cool thing. that the research community has taken note of. And so we once again are finding that cloud native is the gift that keeps on giving, and is for so many. I mean, it's pretty obvious to people. It's a real big
Sure.
advantage in the world of AI too. By the
Now it
way,
is.
Sean, people who release software once a year, it's going to take more than 10 releases in the next 10 years to get AI right. We're going to all need to release very quickly. I know Leo AI, you're iterating very quickly. We're iterating very quickly. We need to explore it. One advice to users is try AI. Try Leo AI. Try our AI advisor at Onshape. Try something. Try ChatGPT. Use these tools. Okay, don't put your confidential data into just any tool. Make sure it has appropriate security, like ours do, but make sure that you're trying the tools, that your users are trying them, that your users are learning what AI can do, because it changes every day.
Tip of the spear in 95 or 96 was SolidWorks. Tip of the spear,
Yeah,
cloud native platform. Tip of the
thank you.
spear with Leo. I'm sorry, with Onshape AI advisor and Leo. You kind of just stole the thunder from my last question here, but I'm gonna
Oh,
bring it up anyways. So
sorry.
we talked about AI in general and the
Yeah,
impact of AI on product development. We also talked about the developments of PTC and Onshape and the symbiotic relationship potential with Onshape and Leo AI. Looking forward to seeing where this one goes with us. And a lot of people look to you for advice, John, as the true beacon of credibility in this space. Any final thoughts? I know one of them you just said, try it. Anything
yeah.
else you can think?
I think try it. Don't standardize too quickly. Don't assume that, because again, it's all going to plan for change and evolution in the tools you use, how you use them, and be agile with it. And that's probably you know, my last piece there. I think if you've seen, I'll end with a nice anecdote. How many of you remember the movie Iron Man? Tony
Of
Stark
course.
is talking with Jarvis. When I saw that movie, I said, "Wow, that's a really futuristic view of CAD." But it was so forward looking because it was conversational and cooperative between the human and the machine. That's what Leo AI is doing. That's what that's what AI is doing in many fields. I think in the future, every engineer can be like Iron Man and have this wonderful AI assistant that helps them build fantastic products better than ever.
John, thank you very much. Always a pleasure. I'll see you at
Yeah.
the next gathering.
Thank you, Sean.